Greetings, everyone, and welcome to the show. I'm John Clay, your chief strategist and benefits guide and host, of course, of Benefits with John Clay. Today, we're talking about workforce mental health, and hope everything is good where you are. We're excited today because it's Happy Thanksgiving to everyone, and we're talking about today how being grateful impacts your physical and mental health. And what better time of the year to talk about this subject than at Thanksgiving time? Because we're thankful. And who can say that they haven't been blessed in these United States of America? And I hope that you all are continuing to be blessed. I know we are here at Better Source Benefits. And we're so excited to share today's program with you. Shout out to our sponsor. Today's show is brought to you by none other than Better Source Benefits, Benefits Options Solutions. Check it out at www.bettersourcebenefits.com. Talk to John Clay there on the click. Yeah. So let's dive right into what we're talking about. Last week, we were talking about the workforce mental health. I misspoke at the opening, but today we're going to switch subjects a little bit and take it to the next level. Not switch subjects, but stay on the topic and talk about practicing gratitude for better mental health and well-being. So it just kind of dovetails into what you're doing, because when you appreciate what you have, you give thanks, and you give thanks in all kinds of ways. And talk about practicing gratitude for better health and well-being. It just, there are all kinds of cliches. I guess what I'm trying to spit out here is there are all kinds of cliches about how you're defined by what you buy, but you're actually more defined by what you give. And when you give gratitude, there's a whole new level of mind, spirit, and body. And we're going to talk about that a little bit today, because when you research the neural correlates of gratitude, those suggest that gratitude can make people happier, improve relationships, and just have an overall well-being to counteract depression. It also goes along the line to boost self-esteem. So when you're happy and when you give gratitude, it makes you feel good. I know it makes me feel good. Thank you for watching our show. Thank you for tuning in and on this journey with Benefits with John Clay. Makes me feel good. We want everybody to get something out of our program. And we hope that we're bringing you some value, some solid content, and so forth. So, if you follow the science here, my reference today is Dr. Kristen Francis, who's a psychiatrist at Huntsman Mental Institute. And she's going to reiterate what I just said, is that, and I'm going to read this note here. Expressing gratitude can positively change your brain. It boosts dopamine and serotonin, they're neurotransmitters in the brain that improve your mood immediately, giving you those positive feelings of pleasure, happiness, and well-being. It's the same thing that we hear from the exercise gurus on what you get when you work out. It's a jolt of positive energy, whether you finish a workout or you give thanks and gratitude and you extend that to a business customer, client, partner, support team. It doesn't matter. As long as you have it in your heart, that's where it gets the benefit going back through your whole system. And when I say that, even better than the mental health and well-being, you've got an improvement in your physical health, because gratitude, grateful people are healthy people. Just look at me. I'm so grateful. I'm healthy above beyond all measure. So, back to practicing gratitude slows the effects of the neurodegeneration that leads to decreased inflammation and lower blood pressure. When you're happy, I mean, we've all heard it. The more you laugh, the less stress you have because you can laugh it off. I know I do. I just laugh off. Don't let me be bothered by trouble today. Get away from thee, Satan, right? But it helps. The research is there. We're following the science again, and we say, okay, so what happens if you improve your physical health, and what are the responses that your body has to expressing gratitude? Well, boom. Researchers have shown that when we practice appreciation, our bodies release the oxytocin hormone, oxytocin hormone, which expands blood vessels, reduces blood pressure, and protects your heart. So be gratitude, you live longer when you express gratitude. I think it's what translation there is. Oxytocin deepens our relationships and helps us feel more connected to others. What better time to practice gratitude than happy Thanksgiving to everybody. Shout out to my friend Bill Hughes. Exactly. Practicing gratitude and forgiveness would prevent many psychiatric issues. I know I'm crazy enough to give thanks for everything. Wait, that didn't sound right, but you get my message. Studies have shown, here's the big takeaway. Studies have shown that grateful people eat healthy, they move their bodies more, and are less likely to abuse alcohol and other drugs. Well, go figure. When you've got all this other chemical reaction going on, you're high on life, you don't need any of this other outside stimulation. Just for example, we are going to meet at 7 o'clock in the morning with a group of friends, and we're going to make the trek up to B Rock. We're going to meet at the B Rock campground and ride and walk up to B Rock in Rockcastle County, Kentucky. Now, how much higher can you get on life than a stroll up to B Rock on Thanksgiving morning? Come on, man. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that. And the guy that put all this together, I'm going to express a deep level of appreciation and gratitude because I'm going to get my daughter up and I'm going to drag her with me at 7 a.m. in the morning. It'll still be dark and we get in the car to go to the B Rock campground. Yes, I'm practicing gratitude already. Thank you, Rennie, for putting this show together tomorrow morning. So let's continue on though. Business world. Let's talk about the business world just for a brief minute because we're going into these holidays. We're thankful, and we were thankful for our blessings in business as well. And when we show gratitude in the corporate setting, we have lasting impacts on the brain, specifically those who practice the gratitude, getting the greater neural sensitivity in the medial prefrontal cortex. Now, we've studied the brain a little bit, but not here on this show. But we've all had a passing understanding in 7th and 8th grade science about the prefrontal cortex. We've read a little bit about it. It's the brain area associated with learning and decision making. That's because we have no prefrontal cortex. When we were sitting out in the hall writing 100 times, I will not talk out in class. Never, I wouldn't know anything about that, but maybe I would. So research shows that gratitude can also help us cope with stress. And, 23% lower levels of stress hormones or the cortisol, that's what creates belly fat and everything else, is helped reduce by expressing gratitude in life. We can use that gratitude it helps us to decrease our stress levels. And it's a mindset shift from negative and anxious to positive and grateful. It's a flip of the switch. We can choose this. It's not something that's ingrained in us. We can choose to be grateful and we can choose to be positive. And I'm thankful that I have a little bit of DNA in me that is positive because without it, I just couldn't manage through another day, right? There's enough news and bad stuff going on out here where you can choose to be bummed out all the time, negative and anxious, or you can go positive and say, God, give me the grace to understand what I control or what I can't control, and the knowledge to know what I can, right? So we're going to control what we can, and that is keeping a positive attitude. And why do we want to stay positive? Because when we're in a constant state of stress, our system just wipes out all kinds of chemicals, dopamine and other things that are the positive influence in our life. And this gratitude allows us to slow that system down to replenish our reservoirs of positive chemicals, serotonin and dopamine. Stay positive, feel grateful. And how do you feel grateful when you don't want to? Mindset shift. Very simple. Think small. Be thankful for the small stuff. It's like planting a seed. When you start thinking about the small stuff, all of a sudden it leads to the next and the next and the next. And before you know it, you've got a whole big world that you're grateful for. And, if you look at your life through a microscope to focus on the obvious, the ever-present parts that you might not even spare a thought to, all of a sudden those expand into all kinds of positive stuff. And, it brings to mind reliving grateful moments. It's, if this moment is too hard to relive positively, then don't force it. But, there are all kinds of positive experiences that we've enjoyed in our life. My birthday's Saturday. I'll be 61. I've had at least one positive thing, and that was my marriage to lovely Kathy. Oh, birth of our children, the purchase of a new home, purchase of a new car. I don't know. Sometimes purchasing the new home or car is a downer because that's a big bill. But hey, you get off the messy stuff and go back onto the positive stuff. Now, hey, the house is clean. We'll just focus on, a clean house. Great stuff. So just remember, when you dreamed of life that you have now, was there a time when you remember or thought about being who you are today was all you dreamed of? And I'm going to leave you with that thought, because our lives are better today than they were 100 years ago. I got to believe that. And I hope that your life is much better today than it would have been 100 years ago. And, just a shameless plug here. If you'd like to see what some of the results of our work with clients and we are those clients that we are grateful for, check us out at www.bettersourcebenefits.com. And I'm happy to invest some time with you to understand your problems and concerns and try to turn a negative into a positive in your business. So I'm very grateful for those of you that have tuned into the show. I'm very grateful for the blessings that the good Lord has given us here at Better Source Benefits. And I want to wish you all a happy Thanksgiving and a real positive holiday season going forward. We'll be back next week. Same bat channel, same bat time, 2:00 p.m. Eastern and 11 o'clock Pacific on Better Source Benefits sponsored Benefits with John Clay. Tune in then next time. Happy Thanksgiving.